But I think they were quite justified in not playing him for the start.
I think the bottom line is it proves that you can't have a centre-half called Bruno. That's just what it proves to me.
You rat.
Bruno.
I think
I just think the
big disappointment. On you go, Carol.
I'm just thinking, we're talking about who we could win for Martin, and you're happy to see McCrory playing there, but I'd rather, if McCrory can do a job for us at centre-half and bring in somebody that can do the same job as McCrory in midfield, then fine. That would do me. I just don't know who else you could have put in there to take Martin out, and Alves isn't the answer. So if you don't have somebody coming up for the lower ranks to come in and do that, then you need to plug that gap. McCrory, to me, would probably do a good job there. He's played that place before. A lot of folks see him in midfield as better, but the two young laddies playing together might work it out. There's nothing else to lose.
I think we lose a lot when McCrory's not playing in midfield, because I get your point, but I think we've nothing like McCrory to play. I think all our forwards, there's none of them overly physical, there's none of them naturally defensive. Possibly Rossiter. I thought he might have seen some game time in some of the games. He's not been on the park, been on the bench for about 4 or 5 games now, Ibrox, and not on the pitch.
Well, what you're saying then, Ox, is that we've got to keep McCrory where he is because he's an asset there, but you've got to take the risk with Hingway at the back.
Potentially, Cairo, it's him.
And if that's the case, it's a bigger risk. I'd rather eliminate the risk.
We're a couple of players short, mate, and that seems to have been my season, really.
I mean, that guy went to Hibs. I thought that guy did a good job for us. Was it Webster you called him?
No, the boy who went to Hibs was... he's still playing with the Hibs now, isn't he?
Aye, he did a good job.
Dan McGregor. Is it McGregor?
Dan McGregor.
McGregor,
is that right?
Aye. He was a competitive player, Cairo.
Aye, and he gave you a wee bit kind of a solidity at the back.
Look, the major disappointment, wherever you can say what we like, and value for cash has been Bruno Alves. And I hope there's a learning curve for the whole recruitment policy in that one. Anyway, let's move to the other end of the patch. How do you see his playing, Bridgeman? How do you see setting up forward? Will it be 4-5-1 or it'll be 4-2-3-1?
Yeah, I think it'll be 4-5-1 to start.
Right.
Then they'll sort of swing out. It depends which way they're going to go. I would hope that Dorans stays up a wee bit and lets the other boys do the work and see how we go on for there. And Dorans is the link man. Dorans should be a link man. That's my honest opinion. Dorans should be a link man, but he never played the link man at the weekend. He was rotten. No,
him and Holt were abysmal. Anyway, we've got an interview, might get some clues how we're going to line up. If you want to go on mute, let's hear from our interim manager, Mr. James Nichol.
You've made one change for this evening's game. You brought in Ross McCrory, who you admitted you hadn't really seen in midfield before the game last weekend.
Yeah, well, Jason Cummins wasn't feeling great in the first half, so he came off, and I felt a wee bit. You're at home, and a forward comes off, and a so-called sitting midfielder comes on. It doesn't seem right, but he did well, Ross McCrory. I've seen him centre half a few times, but it's the first time I've really seen him in the middle of the park, and I thought he got about the job great. So it's a straight swap, Jason. Jason's feeling that better. He's on the bench tonight, but we thought we'll go with this team tonight. Does
starting Ross give Dorrans and Holt a little bit more creativity and allowance for that? Yeah.
Well, we tried it last week with Jason and Alfredo up front, and tried to get them working as a two, but Jason got off at half time. We've never really seen the benefit of it. But tonight, with Ross McCrory, he'll sit in front of the back four. Then it does allow Jason Holt and Graham's Dorrans, who are two good attacking midfielders, to go up and support Buffalo or get beyond whatever they want to do, knowing they've got the security of Ross in behind them.
Do you have to get a win this evening?
We've got to win. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We've got to win. And it's like Saturday. I don't care how they win it. We've got to get 3 points to keep us in contention for second place. And they've got to do it. But I think they're confident enough. Listen, they've done it before. They've won games against Aberdeen before with 10 men as well. So I think it's there for them. Just to make sure I get off the good start. Don't be sitting back and just watching them play and stroke a ball about. Get at them, and then go and settle them, and don't let them do what they're good at, crossing balls and and hitting dags. Just go and do your job. And I think with Ross McCrory there, it gives Jason Holt and Dorrans and our two wide men an opportunity to go and press him.
How fired up do you need to play in this fixture?
Well, over the years, it's been like I've played in these games, So.
Did you enjoy these ones?
Yeah, did I? Well, it's just competitive. All games should be competitive. So there were competitive games, and so you turn around and I think the game's changed slightly. I don't think it was as bad as it used to be for steaming into each other, but it's got to be competitive tonight, and we've got to make sure that we deal with all the stuff they're going to hit us with tonight, and win all the 50-50s, all the stuff, basic stuff you talk about, getting your job done properly, sorting out your opponent, and if everybody does that, I'm confident we'll get a result tonight.
Bridgman.
Sorry, pal, I was on mute there. Apologies. I was very interesting to listen to him. I like to hear him talking. The only surprising thing in it all was that he actually had never seen. But then again, the boy was injured, so he might never have seen him playing as a defensive mid, and he seems to be quite impressed with him. He's absolutely right. There's nothing else but a win. We need to win. I know mathematically speaking, and Loyal will back me up on this. We could in fact draw the game and still end up second in some weird way, depending on results elsewhere. But my goodness gracious, we definitely need to win just to make sure. So I would love to be going to Easter Road with nothing at stake. That's what I would love. Nothing at stake at all. That we would be cemented in second place. That's what I want.
I don't think that can happen. I mean that Hibs can't catch us, but if we win the night, Aberdeen could still leapfrog us.
Well, what I was going to say about Aberdeen, which I didn't do, I do apologise. I don't see Aberdeen doing anything at Celtic Park in the last day of the season. I just don't see it. I do apologise for it. I'll make no apologies for it. I don't see them beating Celtic at Celtic Park unless something has a different agenda. Unless there's a different agenda, which we know that's impossible. That won't happen.
That's a whole show on its own.
No, that's how I feel.
Aye, Ibrox, Jimmy Nicholl.
Good interview, mate. And what I picked up for that, it sounds like we're going to go 4-1-4-1 for me, because he was saying obviously it's going to allow Holt and Dorrans, and obviously the two wide players, i.e. Murphy and Candias, to get up and support the Buffalo. I'm sure they call them the Buffalo as well. So fair play to Mr. Nicholl in that one. But I kind of picked up better as we'll be starting off with a 4-1-4-1 with McCrory just sitting in front of the back four.
I agree with you what you said. Kyle, we need some Dorrans, a wee bit of pressure on him. He's not really delivered. We're looking for him to unlock defences for us,
Yeah, I don't think he's done much for he came, to be honest. He's not stood out at all. He's been hiding most of the games as far as I can see. For what you've seen him when he was playing down in England, he was quite a well talked about player in his team. He's not done anything for us. So I don't know. I think with Jimmy Nicholl's, you can hear the frustration in Jimmy Nicholl's voice as well, can't you? When he's talking about them, they just need to go out there and day by day and win. He's as if to say, "Fuck's sake, they're professional football players. They should be out there doing what they're supposed to do." I just don't see where it's coming from. Hopefully, I'm wrong, but unless somebody puts something in their tier, then this is spineless, man. It's spineless. So.
This team worry you, this group of players worry you. They lack leadership on the park, mate, for you.
Leadership, guts, steel, everything that a Rangers team was always famed for.
Can I just ask you one question on this, Cairo? And I'm not being funny when I say this. Is it even a remote possibility that what they really need is some inspiration? And they ain't getting anything. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know if it's true or not. They just seem so hangdog, They're on the park. There's no smiles on their faces, no nothing. It's just as if it's another horrible game we've got to play. Looking at them on Saturday, it was shocking.
Yeah, and I always remember I played bridge, even though you were up against a hard team, or a team where you were going through a wee lull. You always went out. You always started the game with. The heart was pumping, you were going out there, your first couple of tackles, you were trying to get something in there, and if it didn't work for you, you tried again. You never just sat back the way they sat back in these last 4 or 5 games and let players stroll in.
Good job, caller, Carol. How are we doing?
Happy. Hello.
See.
It's a big man here. Everybody all right?
How we doing, mate? Somebody help you into that
right?
telephone box?
I'm trying to get out of the road of the noise because everybody's singing we hate Catholics.
No, we can't have that. You know that.
No, I know them no. How you doing, Ox?
All right, mate. You heard the team?
I did see the team. What do you think the score will be tonight?
Oh, I'll take a 2-1 win, CC.
That's what I was thinking myself. Was that Cairo, my old friend?
CC, are you going to the game tonight, CC? Are you going to the game?
I am, yes.
Oh, your bum's going to be in a seat. Excellent. Well done, sir. How you doing?
I'm not bad, buddy. How's yourself?
I'm not
How's
bad.
the leg? How's the leg, mate?
It's brilliant now. So I see a wee cafe fucking standing in chairs. Oh, sorry. A wee cafe standing in chairs. It's brilliant.
Did you know if I worked with that boy? He skipped school.
So is Ibrox loyal on tonight?
He is, mate.
I'm here, mate. Yes, how you doing, mate?
He's took time off from
university. All right, Ibrox.
How you doing, mate?
No bad, buddy. I see you're on this Periscope loyal.
That's it, mate. I do my best, mate. I do my best. I've not got a face for camera, mate, to say. Some people say I maybe got a face for radio, but...
That's good. This place is fucking... Oh, swearing, I've got to swear it again. This place is mental up here.
Right, CC, give your shout out, mate, and give your prediction. We'll let you go on with partying.
Oh, just give me 2 seconds to go outside, right?
Right.
And I'll speak to you 2 seconds. Oh, that's me outside now. So
you sound exactly the same, CC. They're no background, but you sound the same.
Give your thoughts, CC.
Cairo is mental in there, buddy. That pub isn't it?
We like mental.
But I think we'll win 2-1 tonight.
Aye.
So we will. And is what's his name is? Windass, he's not playing in it, you know.
Don't even think he's on the bench, is he, Ibrox?
No, not on the bench, mate.
Not at all.
No.
Injured.
Injured, that's good. That's good. It's no good now, you know what I mean? But
aye.
I like the boy as a player, but he's just not got the heart for it, has he? Not got a heart like Cairo, has he?
No, he doesn't got a heart like Cairo.
You're very impressive, Cairo. You've been very impressive.
They just seen me avoiding that taco you made me at the bistro one time.
Actually, Cairo, it was like Ibrox Loyal that set you up for that, I can tell you.
You're still one of the fastest I've seen on 12 feet, Cairo.
Okay. 12 feet in the air, but Bridgeman, I landed main 2 feet. That was brilliant.
You happy with the team, CC? Is that the team you'd have picked?
Well, what I say, I can't choose the team anymore. Do you know what I mean? It's just who's ever fit. Do you know what I mean? But Jimmy Nicholl can do what he wants, and you know what I mean. It's got a feeling into it. But I'd have thought Stevie G should have been here. But seeing Sunday, Stevie G has to be there just to give the players a fucking a bang in the face.
You'll not see Stevie G. Stevie G will not be near Ibrox to June the 1st, mate. He'll be working away after Sunday, but he'll not be near any games, mate.
I know that, but he should be here. He should get here and give him a kick up the farter, know what I mean? See how I changed my words for her saying after.
I know how you done it. Right, mate, you away, enjoy the ball game, right?
Right,
all the best, CC. I'll see you later, buddy.
I'll be in touch, mate.
No surrender.
Easy. Cheers, CC.
If you like to speak to Rangers Radio. No. You sure? We're live on air. No. Right, they don't want to talk to you. Right, no surrender, big everybody.
All the best.
What a man.
Well, CC's not changed much.
No. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the trouble breaking in the enclosure when the wee boy at 10. You couldn't see Stevie Gerrard.
All right.
Aye. Do you think the feel-good factor that's been running the club since Friday, Cairo, it doesn't seem to have spilled onto the players, did it, watching Saturday's performance?
It did, then. I'll tell you what, the press conference with Dave King sort of deflated everybody a wee bit as well, I think. But going in the playing side, I think you're right. The game on Saturday was flat as a fart. It was really bad. But then I said that before it when I was on the programme. I says, if they players can't get themselves up for 2 Celtic games, a Hibs game, a couple of really important games that they could have made themselves sort of well known for in history for a few years in Scotland, beating them and maybe even challenging for the league and maybe even winning the league. If they can't get themselves up for that, what chance do you go to getting them up for playing against Kilmarnock at Ibrox? That's a bit I just don't understand. I just don't understand it.
Maybe just it's a bad fit, bad plan, bad.
Even when you go back to the 80s, and think of the start, the start of the 80s, when we never had, with players there, you could always, at least they would be fighting. You were with the players, you were in the trenches with them because they were fighting. They might not have been the best players, and they might not have been winning games, but every game you were there wasn't any this lacklustre nothingness. That's what's killing me about it.
Lack of pace, Bridge, lack of pace off the ball, lack of pace on the ball. Big worry, but I'm sure Mr. Steven Gerrard will be, if we can see it, he can see it.
Well, there's a lot of positions in our team where it does require a bit of pace in your game. And it looks like, maybe it's just the positions where there has to be played in, but it really does look as if we're second best all over the park in some of the games, and big chunks of the time as well. We just don't seem to be able to do it. And I personally think that they're no fit. And obviously there's different levels of fitness that we're speaking about here. But you watch some of the teams playing against us, and when they break, my goodness gracious, they break with pace. They break with so much pace. And the only people we've got that can break with pace is a wee boy Candias and that boy Morelos. Jamie Murphy, not too bad, but they can't. He's not got enough pace to take him all the way. He has to cut back. Invariably, he cuts back. And Candias has gone that. He goes that fast. There's only him and Morelos up the park. So they end up having to cut back as well. So
I'd like to see Morelos take a man on more often, Bridge.
Oh, I'd love it. I mean, he's brilliant with the ball at his feet. Brilliant. He's good with the ball at his feet. And put him in near the box and he'll take him on. No problem at all. He'll take him on. Might not get you in, but he'll take them on. But he needs his confidence lifted, that boy. He needs a bit of boost. He needs a bit of inspiration. That's what I was saying earlier on. Some of our players just might need that bit of inspiration, which a new coach does. A new coach gives guys inspiration, lifts their game. Go on, you do it, son, here. And the fear gets taken away that they're going to get the bullet and all that crap. That's what they need to do. Give them inspiration, not the bullet, Do you
think? I'd love Candace to take players on, and maybe even if he loses it, I don't care. At least take them on in that area, because I'd put the fear up, folk. There's not any fear in their forwards because Morelos is always trying a shot at passing the ball back. I'm really disappointed in Murphy. When he first came, I said this guy's going to be a great player for us, but he's kind of fell flat as well. And I don't know. It comes back to this leadership thing, this guts thing, doesn't it? He seems to have fell out the game, but definitely for Candias. I think Candias relies, and the only guy really that does take folk on Tavernier, isn't he? Being honest about it, he's the only guy that's runs through with any speed, runs at players and tries to take them on.
And Candias, he tries to put it sometimes in early, or he hits the first man. Sometimes I'm with you, Kyle, you have to mix it up. If you continually do that, people know what you're doing. But I mean, obviously he's had quite a fruitful season, scored a few goals, made a lot of goals, but just to improve his game, take them on with that pace as.
Absolutely. I mean, I would always ask wingers, that's what they were always good at, taking players on, because they put the fear of death in big slow defenders, and I'm not saying there are many slow defenders now, but the guys that can hit that byline with speed or cut in with speed, they're always going to be causing defenders problems. But if you do the same thing all the time, stop and pass the ball back like we've been doing for ages, becomes predictable. That's the problem, predictability.
I think that we watched on Saturday against Kilmarnock, they had two wingers who got a lot of free kicks and throw-ins and things like that from the tackles that we gave in corner kicks. One worse than the other, a lot of diving. But the truth of the matter is that every time they got the ball, they were very quick, very tricky, and we battled. Although we did battle, and we won a lot of the battles, Admitted that Halliday is not the fastest person in the whole world, but he still gets to get stuck in. But we needed people to come back and help out Jamie Murphy and so on and so forth. And it's the same on the right-hand side. Everybody needs to do it. But the best thing about us on Saturday was through the middle, Mr. Bates seemed to be very good and went for everything and gave away a couple of free kicks, but unfortunately. And some of them, actually, I don't think there was worth free kicks. I think it was a disgraceful decisions, but never mind.
You mentioned Andy Halliday there. I can see them try to get at him tonight, Cairo.
Yeah,
sorry, Byron. Sorry.
I think the Celtic players did the same. They tried to isolate him and the fans as well. But as I said to you on Saturday, I liked the way he was the only player that came out with any credibility with facing up to them and taking them on at that game. Like, he faced them up, faced the challenge. He gets skint numerous times with Forrest, but at least when it came to the sort of getting in there, getting in their faces and then getting in the fans' faces, he's the only one who really that stood that test. I
think Halliday did no too bad against Forrest at the Celtic game. Admittedly, Forrest managed to get away to about 3 of them and put the ball in the net, but overall, I thought he played quite well against Forrest.
I don't disagree with you in this. I think I think he gets skint the first 3 or 4 times. To be perfectly frank about it, Bridge.
Well, that's what it's about. Test them out,
Yeah, and but it was up to the challenge. Even the supporters, he didn't let them get to him. He didn't let Brown get to them. So I thought he was the only one that came into it with any credibility for that aspect of the game. The fact that Forrest skinned him a couple of times, that's just down to ability. That's a different matter. But with holding the crowd and playing for a jumper, you're going to get that with Halliday anyway. But I think he was the only one that came out with top marks for that.
Half his attitude, aye. I think you can't fault his attitude, mate, but like we've discussed in the last few shows and weeks, you could rewrite a movie. All these players have got flaws in them.
Absolutely. I mean, it's mixing the strengths and the various different things up with the players to give you the overall content of the team that's going to win the game. And Halliday, you'd only the one player doing that. If you've only got mixed, wee spats of this and wee spats of that, it doesn't make a team, does it? In the same way as if you've got a whole team of superstars that don't play as a team, they're just individuals and you get crowded out dead easy.
That's how you two got with snooker, mate.
I was never crowded out. I was always too wide for too many folk to get around.
That's not positionally, of course.
That was some war with you and Bridge in it.
Oh, aye. Well,
Roberta Carlos walked off. She's no trying that, man. What do you reckon, Bridge?
Cheeky swine at you, didn't you?
What do you reckon?
Cheeky swine at you.
Hey, Bridge, just you tell him you'd DE in your thing with an RRY, and when folk looked at that, you knew what we were.
Absolutely, boy. Absolutely.
Anyway, how do you actually see the game going, Cairo? Seriously, mate. I mean, we've picked all the flaws in our team, and it's always traditionally a hard place for us.
I think the way we play against Aberdeen, I think it's going to be a draw. I think they'll do their usual, come at us. Hopefully we can defend a bit better. I think it'll be a draw, unless they do put something in the tea and we do pluck up a wee bit of courage, or Jimmy Nicholl's been able to frighten them into actually be more fear to him than getting beat type of thing. But unless they turn around, as you say, attitude, character, whatever it is you want to call it, and start playing together, whether they get a bit of inspiration from somewhere, I don't know. But if they don't do that, I think the best we can achieve is a draw, to be honest with you.
Anyway, we've been joined by the one and only Fox. Evening, Fox.
Evening, guys.
How we doing, mate? How are you?
No bad. Looking forward to this game.
Is that with trepidation or with anticipation, Fox?
Anticipation. I think we've got enough good players in the park to win this, mate. I think the big battle will be in the midfield between, I think, Shinnie and Ball are usually their defensive midfielders. And it's how they'll go on against. I hope you're playing a kind of 4-3-3 going forward. It looks like 4-3-3 to me. I know Jimmy Nicholl said there was 2 in the middle, but you'll have McCrory sitting back and Holt and Dorns in the midfield. And it's how they perform against Shinnie and Dominic Ball, mate, could be the battle of the midfield. I think we've got better players in most positions on the park. And if today what Jimmy Nicholl said there in his pre-match conference, just go out and do your job, and that should be good enough for us.
Aye, if we play, we win, but we've not played that often, Ibrox Loyal.
No, I've no, mate, but for me, and I've been saying for the last couple of nights, I think it's going to be 2-0, because we kind of get into the habit on Saturday there of keeping a clean sheet, and I think this could be one of the, I don't think we've done it many times this season, but go back-to-back clean sheets, and I've just got a funny suspicion about getting it tonight. If we start at a pace that we can get in about them, I can see us winning it 2-0, and as well, I've been saying it for the last couple of matches as well, Alfredo is due a goal, mate, and you know, this could be the night that he breaks his duck again and actually gets back on the goal scoring front. So I'm going to go for a wee 2-0 win with Alfredo getting a goal throughout the match.
I like your positivity. What about yourself, Bridgeman?
I'd go for a 1-0 for Rangers. That's best I can go for. I'm actually leaning towards what Kyra was saying, a possible draw. But if we can hold them out in the key positions in defence, then let's let the other guys have a chance and let them go up there and have a go at them. But we need to prove it in the first 10-15 minutes. We need to be extremely strong in defence, win our battles, win the ball, and start to win second ball in midfield. And once you can do that, then you might get a chance.
What's your biggest problem? What's the biggest problem for you, Bridge? Keeping them out or putting it in?
At the moment, keep them out. You're away from home. Number one, away from home, clean sheet is there. That should be priority, high priority. And then you can worry about doing what you're going to do. So that's the way I looked at it anyway. I do apologise. I'm very negative. When we're away from home, I think very negatively insofar as attacking is concerned. Don't get me wrong, I think the last time we were up there we leathered them 3-0 or something like that. You know, so I'd love something like that, but I don't think it's going to happen. They'll be up for this. They'll be up for this because it's Rangers, nothing else.
Yeah, it's the biggest game of the season, Fox, eh?
Don't be surprised if it's a full house.
Every game we played so far this season is the biggest game of the season, but this one matters. If we don't win, I think we can kiss goodbye to second place, mate. So I think we've got to go out there and do our stuff. And if we play the way we can play, I think we'll win, mate. I definitely do.
Are you looking forward to the game, Fox, because you think the home team will come out and then we'll get a better game than we normally watch?
Aye, well, they've got to go for the win as well, as far as I'm concerned, because it's very doubtful if they'll get in at the midden at the weekend, mate. So we are a point behind them at the moment, I think. I think they're on 69, we're on 68.
We're 1 point behind.
So a draw is the worst result we can afford to come away with, but a win, more or less, for me, guarantees us second place, mate. I don't know what you think. Hibs would need to beat Hearts and then beat us to go to be anywhere near us. I think they can only get 6 points in it. We're 5 in front at the moment, are we? Not 2 in front at the moment.
We said a couple of weeks ago, apart from the Celtic game, win every game. Win every game and you're second in the league. Simple as that.
And it's 2 games. If we win the night, I don't think we need to worry about it.
I'm saying that if we win every game, in your mind, win every game. If we win tonight, and of course it'll depend on whether Hearts beat Hibs or Hibs draw, just for saying sake. They could be mathematically not going to be able to catch us.
Where is the Hibs
tonight?
Game?
What will we jump over Aberdeen and we're away?
Where is the Hibs Hearts game, Ibrox? Is it Tynecastle or where?
Let me double check that.
Edinburgh.
Well done, Cairo. Are you sure it's no Leith?
No, I think they're away to Tynecastle myself.
All right,
personally.
okay.
But they can get 6 points, mate, and if we don't happen to get enough points, they'll obviously go past us, you know. We can't afford to lose the night, and we can't afford to lose on next Sunday as well either. Maybe a win tonight, a draw sees us safely through, but I think we need to win the 2 games and put down a wee marker to finish the season with.
Is it Tynecastle, lads?
Yeah,
I think you're right. I think
Sorry,
the other thing, Fox, is just what you said. I mean, Aberdeen to be sure, really need to come out and win the night, because I can't see them getting much in their own, in the right sense of the thing. I can't see them getting much on Saturday, other than what Bridge said earlier. So, but they've got to keep it in their own hands. They've got to come out and do something tonight, and all. So that's a bonus for us. It might open up a wee bit at the back. It's just if we can take our bloody chances. That's the other thing.
Chances of keeping them out. What's the big thing for you, Cairo?
Keeping them out.
And 1-1 nothing. You happy with that?
I'd be happy with a 0.5 if that was possible. No, 1-0 would be fine for me. Even with a dire display, Dyer's performance, the same as it was on Saturday. If we win 1-0, I'll be happy, because that means that I think that means that we're definitely into Europe next year. Well, might not definitely mean we're second, but it gives a damn good chance, because we play it's in our own hands on Saturday then as to what happens. If we get beat tonight, then we're in dire straits. I think it's going to be, because it's an all or nothing game on Saturday, and anything can happen in the all or nothing games. But if you're going to be a win, and you're safe, then it just eases the pressure on you. Might like you play a wee bit better. I don't know.
I think it's the opposite, Ox. I think it's down to us scoring. Aberdeen haven't lost a goal in the last 4 games. So it's down to us taking our chances. They're not the best at going forward. I don't think they're a wee bit behind us in the goal scoring rates. So I think it's down to we need Morelos to hit the target. We need Cummins to hit the target. And we also need Candias to get himself in the box, mate.
Do you not think Fox keep myself? Sorry,
David Heater that Candias scored, mate. Just if we could get that more out for that for him. He showed he can do it,
This is what's going to happen. There was too much of this hanging outside the box for left and right, mate. And Morelos was isolated in the middle. If the ball comes down the right, Murphy needs to get into the box, and if it goes down the left, Candias needs to get in the box to give him a bit of chance of getting one a ball or the ball breaking to one of them. They can't stay out wide all the time, and Dorans must go forward for me. He could hit the winner of the night, maybe from outside the box or something. He needs to get himself up there as well.
I love your positivity, Fox. You're similar, Ibrox.
Definitely, mate. It's going to be about how we start. We've got to start at our tempo. Not let them get into the rhythm that they usually play at. If we can keep them at their rhythm for most of the 90 minutes, mate, as I say, I believe we will win 2-0. But again, I'll take your 1-0 and bite your hand off for it right now, and get back down the road. And Sunday will take care of itself when it comes along. But this is a must night, mate. Can't afford to drop anything whatsoever tonight. I know I say is that we could afford to take a win tonight and then a point on Sunday, but I think I would rather have the win tonight, and then we can go into it with positivity on Sunday and just give absolutely everything we've got to get over the line. So
100% agree with that.
I want to win every game, Bridge.
Absolutely. I think tonight, look, we've got to think defensively. We've got to think keep the door shut. We did it on Saturday against supposedly a good quality Kilmarnock side. Although personally I've got my own opinion of that. But in the league they're recognised as a half decent side, and they've scored quite a lot of goals. Chris Boyd's done very well for himself in a few short months there. But we did well against them. We need to do the same. Stop, block them out in the midfield and block them in defence, and then take it for there. That's all I can say.
Simple, innit? Simple. Keep them out, score 1 goal, win the game, move on. Happy days, Foxy boy.
Well, I'll tell you, I think we still need a bit of creativity in the night, and I would have Goss on, mate, rather than Jason Holt, because as we've seen in the game at the weekend, that one wee bit of brilliance where the part that he played in the cross in for Big Bates, mate, quality cross. I think we've been failing it miserably. He's good at free kicks as well. And as I say, he's quite creative in the passing department. I think I would have went with him instead of Jason Hole tonight myself.
I think the board of directors were on the telly more than Jason Holt was on the ball at weekend, you know.
I think we would need to watch it. I know Goss came on and played very well, and is a quality player. But the way our game's been over the last few months, it's been, well, not the last few months, but the last maybe 6 weeks, it's been pretty low. The players around about him are quite low. We need to be a bit more inspirational to give players like Goss a chance, who's a wee bit lightweight. And I can imagine if he came onto the park or started for the start there tonight, he might get booted quite a lot. That's all I'm saying.
Anyway, lads, we've reached that time of the evening. We're going to go and get ready for the match. Thanks for Colin. Thanks for CC for his being CC. Thanks to Ibrox, Cairo, Bridgeman and Fox for joining us. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back approximately 15 minutes after the final whistle. Take it away, old school boy.
We are the people who sing of victory until the football glory from Kilmarnock to Dundee. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal, we're ready to acclaim. A goal, to win another game. We follow Glasgow Rangers, our hearts are strong and true. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. When Rangers take the field, they'll follow on to triumph, for we know they'll never lose. And 60,000 voices will cheer the whole game through. We are the people who cheer the boys in blue. A goal, we're ready to acclaim.